Hi everyone, it's Monday the 3rd of October, doing some more stuff. So just setting up all the little bits that I need to glue in. I've got a couple here to go in. I'm just trying to save the ones to the other side next to them. This piece here sits on top of there. That bit, there's a part there. These little fillets, lots of little fillets. And I've got various bits and pieces to use, so try not to handle them too much. So those go in there, kind of thing. Needs a bit of sanding. That just pops on there. Just double checking. There's a part here on my very faded plans that should be 5 degrees. I'm not sure I've set the angle up quite right, so I'm going to get that, redo that, and then sand that to fit. That also needs a couple of little fillets on the bottom. So I've got some lined up for there. And I think that's probably it for now. This piece here locates here. So, okay. So that's that. So, yeah, that will go there. I'll just have a cup of tea. So anyway, I've got my cup of tea now. I'm going to save all the gory details. I've just got to get all these little bits and pieces sanded up and ready to go, and then I'll glue all that stuff together, and I've just got to remind myself where exactly that needs to sit, and I can pop that on as well. I was quite pleased with this wedge at the front. Oh, that's really nice. And yeah, I was quite pleased with that one. Seems like quite a good, quite a snug fit. Yeah, just got to get everything sanded and cleaned up and ready, and then I'll do a bit of gluing, and then yeah, I also got to work out how to. I'm not entirely sure how to keep these under pressure while they glue in place. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure how much they really need. I think they can just sit there, but I need something to apply, well, just to stop them floating off. I'll think of something anyway. Yeah, because the glue itself isn't, weirdly enough, isn't particularly sticky. So yeah, I need something just to position those. Maybe some weights or something, just putting gentle pressure on. You don't want to press too hard with the epoxy, because it you don't want to squidge it all out from the joint. It kind of being present is part of the strength, really. But we'll get there. We'll get there. So yeah, I'll just do that, and then I guess I'll bring you back in when I've finished, which hopefully won't be too long away. Well, there you go. A fairly motley collection of weights holding everything down. I've got that glued in there. There's the circular disc bits sitting under there. Those are glued in. Those are glued in, those glued in. Little gussets on the top are being held down by other bits of metal. And yeah, and that one's glued there under a little bit of plumbing fitting. I haven't put these under any pressure. They've got plenty of glue in there and filler in the glue. I think they can probably cope with just sitting there, I think that's really the best way to work this resin, is just to let it sit and fill and soak in on each side of the joint. So yeah, I think that's all good. Quite pleased with this one. This one looks okay. So I'm just going to leave this now to set off, and we'll see what we've got tomorrow. Alright, thanks for watching if you have been, and see you on the next one. Yeah, well, I did get some pressure on in the end. I wasn't happy. It's not easy though. Fortunately with the epoxy you only have to use gentle pressure, so I'm just using objects with little sticks, just pushing against them. It's kind of the only way I can think of to do it, apart from making some kind of spoke clamp. But you don't want to push too hard on the things, anyway, just squeeze all the resin out. Anyway, there we are. So that really is the end. Let that set off, and God, actually worryingly starting to get through all these bits and pieces. I made a list of all the bits that I was working my way through, and I was supposed to tick off when I wetted and glued them all. I didn't, and I think I know there's one or two joints which didn't quite get wetted, but they did get decently glued, so I think I'm within my personal tolerance. So yeah, right, so that's that. Yeah, just got to wait now, let it all set off. Be interested to see what this curved piece does when I finally release it, whether anything moves. I think until this end point here and the this area here has been constrained, it may shift a bit, but then when I get those parts in, it will come back. I still haven't heard anything from the LAA about the position of this with respect to the wider wing spar, so I might send them a reminder email. Well, I will send them a reminder email. I've just been very busy at work recently, so it's all been a bit hectic with one thing and another. But yeah, not a bad evening. Never want to start, and then when you get started, suddenly an hour and a half, 2 hours has gone, and you've made some real progress. So that's nice. Right, clean up my brushes, and yeah, take it easy, everyone. Keep well, and speak to you again soon. Bye now. Hi everyone, it's 5th of October now. So I don't know if it's easy to see, but I've lifted that off its off the blocks now. So so this is the side we couldn't see when we were gluing. So that looks okay. These look okay. Bit of sanding back. That all looks pretty hunky chunky to me. That one as well, it's all filled in nicely. These are done, these are done. This one looks okay. That lifted the paper off when it came up, but that's because I didn't put a bit of plastic under it in time. That one's looking good. And then there's that spare one, that one there that sits on its own. So that's all looking pretty good. It might be a bit easier for me to see. You see it now if I hold it up like this. I need to trim these. I'm kind of calling them scaffolding, really. They trim these wedge blocks off that I use to keep this joint here together. That won't be a problem. Just a bit of work with a tenon saw and then some sanding just to get it back. So it's a bit dark, isn't it? There you go. That's a bit easier to see. So that's good. The curved part. Just going to check what that's done since it's been freed from its position there. If I can grab a rib, if I can free a rib. Just give me 1 second. Bring it back in a second. Hold on. Hi, this is a bit awkward. I'm just holding this rib in what should be the correct position, and it's following. Yeah, so the curve of the. There's a bit of a tolerance in there. They give you 2mm to play with, and yeah, I've got that 2mm gap, and I think that's working remarkably well actually. So yeah, all that faff was, I guess, worth it in the end. So yeah, it's been a bit of a journey to get here, but that's one side of the fuselage built all the way from stem to stern. Right, so I just need to do that. I need to do that with the other side, and then I need to, what is going to be quite exciting, I need to build up some kind of a jig so I can lift these two fuselage sides up into their final position as two sides of the fuselage, and just need to find the right pickup points to actually to keep the whole thing square, and then something at the end to hold the fin in the right position, and something at this end to hold the firewall in the right position, and then we can just kind of start to stitch it all together. But I've got to do the other side first. I probably won't take you through the process of doing that because it's exactly the same as this, except more hassle because the gussets and such have to go underneath the woodwork rather than on the top, because I've only made one set of blocks. I don't know. I can't advise anyone on this. Having two jigs to make the two sides would make life a lot easier, but it'd be quite a lot of work, and you'd have quite a wide build table to do that unless I'm missing something. I guess I could move all the blocks, but then you'd have to loft everything up again. And plus, having it like this means that at least both sides are going to be exactly the same. You just have to faff around with trying to slide gussets underneath while you glue. So, but I think I can probably handle that. Anyway, there you go. Right, this really is the end. I think this finished. This film was finished about 3 times now. So I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna throw this together and fire it off. Hopefully it's not too long. Sorry if it is. All right. Take care of yourselves, everyone. See you on the next one. Bye now.